Hello and welcome back to another Dynamic Duo Presents. Today, as always, we have the Sexy Scots, we've got the Resident Texan, MMA King Crease Jr., and we have, again, Phantom X. And today we're covering Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Let's do it.
Everybody's so goddamn quiet. Anyway, moving on. Let's get the shit on the road. So, Danny, I'm going to let you run the reins on this one because, you know, joint channel and all. It's your turn to take the reins.
Oh, it's my go? Okay. So, for Resurrection F, this movie right here just proved. Okay. So, for Resurrection F, like, hey, our main big bad is back. Arguably the #1 villain in Dragon Ball Z and anime history. Our boy Frieza is back to just start trolling people again. So, what I think about this movie, I thought the movie was pretty good or whatever. You know, I like it for what it is. You know, it's one of those plots up revenge type of movies or whatever. And I think, you know, I just don't like the fact that they kind of skipped his training on this one or whatever. But, you know, yeah, they had to speed it up a little bit. So, you know, I think Resurrection F is okay, but I think Battle of the Gods is better than this movie. But, you know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, okay, fair dues, fair dues. See, for me, Resurrection F, I think I prefer this one to the Battle of the Gods. To me, this one I liked a lot more because, you know, Gohan actually does a lot more. When it comes to other characters in the show, in the movie, you know, they do a lot more. One of the things that I will never get out of my head is when we see Frieza in hell in that weird fucking sack thing.
Looks like he's in a ball sack.
Yeah, it just doesn't look quite fucking right to me. It's always confused me.
Yeah.
I did like Goku Frieza, but to be fair, he is a resident racist, you know, like he just hates every other race other than his own, so he's what it is. But
yeah,
it's one of those things that, like, this movie was fun. Obviously, this is the first time, like, after the fact that, you know, we see, like, isn't this not when they first see, like, Super Saiyan Blue, if I remember correctly?
Yeah.
Which is obviously sick, because
this is the first Super Saiyan Blue.
I do prefer the Super Saiyan Blue hair for God than I did the red one. I'm not gonna lie, because to me it's like red's pretty basic and it's not that all too cool. And the way, like, when it comes to the hair colors, because, you know, I was like the nice blonde color and things, and then it just was like red, and I was like, eh. So I actually do like they changed it to blue, but also I just like the fact that they actually had to train for once again, because one of the things that, like, I get if he, like, when watching the show when it comes to Dragon Ball, they don't need to train as often nowadays because they're just fucking OP as shit. So it's actually good to see them actually have to put the effort in and work hard. And the fact that even Frieza was sitting there doing, like, training as well, preparing for this moment to finally take on Kakarot again, which is actually quite fun and a cool concept. But also, you know, everybody gets their reshine. Like, you know, I still get annoyed because Vegeta got the win stolen from him again in this movie. Like, you know, it's like every goddamn fucking movie at this point. So it is what it is. But, you know, the thing is, I'm not as much of a Vegeta fan as I used to be. Like, I used to be more of a Vegeta fan than I was a Gohan fan, but now I'm more Gohan again. So it's one of these things that, like, I think Resurrection F is a good movie. It's one of those things which, for me, it's just a fun, casual watch with friends or, like, family members. Like, you throw it on, you have a good time, and you enjoy it. Because when it comes to Resurrection F, like, I do remember more about this movie than I do when it comes to Battle of the Gods. Not gonna lie. But I think that's just because this is the one that I remember, like, first properly watching and being like, oh my god, this is cool. Because Battle of the Gods was awesome in its own right. But for me, I think Frieza, Gohan actually being fucking useful, you know, like, everybody chipping in, trying to fight, you know, how many fucking warriors were on screen at one time is fucking phenomenal. And not just only that as well, is, for me, technically speaking, this would be one of my favorites of the trilogy that we're doing. Until we get to another certain movie that I hear my boy does even better in, so I can't wait to get around to that one. But yeah, overall, I think this movie is a good Dragon Ball movie. Is it the best one that you can probably watch? If you're into Frieza and you're into what's going on, probably. But if it's just like, if you want more, then maybe go else place. I don't really know, because for me, it's one of the like these. This movie was fun, but it's not like a standout. I would say.
Yeah.
What about you, Phantom?
Yeah.
This has to. It's an okay film, but it's the second weakest of the 4 movies, in my opinion. The Dragon Ball Super, the episodes that were on that was part of the show, you had Captain Ginyu.
Mm-hmm.
You had that whole plot where Gohan gets shot, and he raises his power level up to bring Goku and Vegeta to Earth. And I mean, come on, you cuck Captain Ginyu. Probably one of the wackiest Dragon Ball villains of all time. He came back in the TV show, but not in the movie. It would have been better if they had him in the freaking movie. But I liked it.
Yeah.
Seeing Frieza come back and getting his golden form was okay. It's just Super Saiyan Frieza, I guess. The blue transformation was really good. I love how they transitioned to where they turned bright blue and it like broke apart like glass and showed their form. I think I'm with you, Wolf. The Vegeta just got screwed again, but
every fucking time, man. Every time.
But at least
like, finally,
it's like I told you guys a lot.
It's like at this point, Goku and Vegeta are equal. They're equal in power for once, up until the Tournament of Power and Goku gets Ultra Instinct, but at least up until the Tournament of Power, they were dead even. I gotta give him that. At least Vegeta ain't second fiddle to Goku until like he gets cucked at the end of the movie. But it is what it is.
That tends to happen a lot in these movies, and it's one of the things that's always going to bother me.
I just keep I was gonna just say, I just always look at that meme of Akira Toriyama just smiling in black and white or whatever, and just like saying like, "Yep, yeah, thought you was gonna get it, didn't you, Vegeta? But not on my watch. Not when I'm still alive." R.I.P. to the GOAT.
R.I.P. to the GOAT. But let's hope to fuck Vegeta gets his win now.
That's why. That's one of the reasons.
Oh man, but if you've been keeping up with the manga,
sorry, go ahead, Chris. I know you're lagging really bad.
No. Yeah, yes. Yeah. I think this is a good movie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a good movie. Yeah, go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, other than like when we did Battle of the Gods, I think the movie was better than the show, but then the show was better than resurrectionf. It completely did a 180. And the thing is, though, Super was already out, but they're still calling this Dragon Ball Z, And I know it kind of confused people. It's like, well, what about the Super show? And it is what it is. Also, I think the animation is a little bit better in here. I mean, you got a new character that shows up, but I mean, like one of the main plot holes is that Frieza was coming to Earth to find Goku and Trunks. He says it in the part where he's going to Earth that he's looking for both Saiyans, and in the show he sees Trunks and he's like, "That's him," but little, and it's like they completely cut off when Trunks and Goten sneak aboard Bulma's ship and show up there, and they fight a little bit, but it's an okay movie.
See, I think it's because if I remember correctly, this movie actually came out before Super did. It was just before it, so then they had to retcon some stuff to make it work in Super.
Okay.
Because I remember this coming out and then Super coming out not long after it. Because I remember because my brother-in-law, shout out to Damien if he ever watches this, he's obsessed with Dragon Ball, and I remember him saying that they retconned a bunch of stuff once Super came out, because when I watched this as well, it confused me when I went on to watch a bit of Super, and I was like, hold on a minute, this didn't fucking happen. Wait, what? Okay, the retconning a bit. It wasn't like it was a bad retconning, it gave more explanation and things, so it was it came in handy, but like I think it did confuse a lot of people. That's why I think they still called it Z, because that's why, because it wasn't truly Super yet, because then Super came after this, because for some reason Super started like in between the Battle of the Gods, then went into Resurrection of F, and then continued on from these two movies. I was like, I think it was the first time they actually tried to tie the movies in with the actual series, and they didn't know how to truly do it, so they just retconned a bunch of shit.
But also give a shout out to Gohan's attire in the show. It's an homage to Toriyama's little character that he had in the manga, the tracksuit. So that's a good little nod to that.
Yeah.
I still won't forgive them for giving him specs and making him look like a dweeb. I'm sorry. I will never forgive them. I never forgive them for doing that to Gohan, right? Gohan, at the end of the Cell Saga, right? End of the Cell Saga is one of the most badass little dudes on the planet, right? We get to the fucking Super Saiyan Man. I know everybody was like, it's cringy and all of that, but guess what? It wasn't his fault. That wasn't his writing. And then, you know, after that, you don't see him and he comes back with specs. He's being all like daddy, like being a dad and stuff. And you're like, what the fuck did you do to Gohan? Where the fuck's Gohan gone? Where's like the badass motherfucker that we knew? Nah, he's just sitting there in a tracksuit being like, hey, guys, I'm here. I'm here, by the way. I'm here. It's like, what?
No. You know what? We gotta call him something else. He's Nerd Han.
Yeah. When he's like that, that's Nerd Han. Yeah, no, when he's like that, he's Nerd Han, because legitimately,
at least like as Super went along, you know, him and Piccolo before the tournament power, before the little arcs there, he started training again. And at least give it that they actually started turning around in the middle of Super and say, okay, Gohan, Nerd Han is probably one of the strongest characters in Dragon Ball. Let's put him back at his greatness, and at least by the end of Super, he was almost back to his levels, post Cell Saga.
See, I would argue he's actually probably higher now, like because when we get to the movie further on and stuff, and the stuff I actually have seen of Gohan, that motherfucker has became a badass again, and I want him to keep soaring.
Yep, but like I said, it's the second weakest in the 4 movies. So, but without spoiling it, the strongest movie is the next one we will be talking about.
Yes. So let's just get on to the ratings of this one. Let's get on to the ratings. So what would I rate? Because I'm going to go first for a change. What would I rate Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F? Let's see. I would give it like a solid 7.5, a 10 on a good day. Little shout out to the boys for that one. Anywho, yeah, so I would say like a 7.5, 8 out of 10, depending on the day. For me specifically speaking, what about you, Phantom?
I give it about a 7.9.
Okay, cool. And we're saving the best Texan for last, Danny.
For Dragon Ball movie, 8-ish, but like just for a normal movie, probably like 7.5, 7.6. It's dope. I mean, the animation is good. The characters are cool. The group dynamic is good or whatever. But I don't really watch Resurrection like that. I'd rather like watch Battle of the Gods or Dragon Ball Superhero or the Broly movie more before I watch this one out of the 4 movies. That's just me though.
Okay, cool. Righty-ho. So, we can start wrapping things up. So, if you don't know, we do post-credit scenes, but the post-credit scene this time around is clearly going to be another Dragon Ball movie. So, Danny, take it away.
Insert the music from Jeopardy.
Cannon Wolf and Phantom. We finally get other Dragon Ball movies. That next movie? Huh? Well, you know what? You'll catch it on the next one.
Yeah, we're trying to be professional, people. We're trying to be professional. It's not working.
Anyway. So, I have been Cannon Wolf. That has been Phantom X. And that has been MMA King Chris Jr. And we shall see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe, guys. Subscribe.